like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots.
Good morning, everybody. It's marathon time. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. lots of good news on the board today. Those of you guys who are trading wealth charts, the updated indicator is there for you. Go knock them dead. Have a great time. I'm not going to do client support over live trading today. That was yesterday for coaching. If you were not there, go download the coaching session. It will tell you exactly how to take care of all of this stuff and use it properly. So don't even bother asking me questions about how to use it, because I really want to focus on trading. But it's pretty self-evident. The only difference is it's a little bit of gray candles instead of white candles, but the coloring differentiation is the only thing that really matters. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's morning? How's everybody's trading? Mine is going pretty well. Oh, nice big pop on this one. Oh, I would take this, but I'm gonna hold myself back to explain some of the things that I really want to share with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room? This is Marathon Friday, so we have a whole bunch of new people usually join us. Anybody who's new in the room right away, let me know. Say hello to me. We're going to be here for the whole morning long, so knock yourselves out. Have a great time. We've got plenty of time to discuss anything that's on your mind. I am totally at your disposal today, so ask me anything. Ask me anything that you can think of. Okay, let me see. Let me put you guys into live on YouTube. Make sure that I see you guys over here. Oh, new to the marathon. MT5, you need to email me for the MT5 tool. If you want the MT5 tool, email me and you'll get it. Good morning, Raj. Average Joe Cool, there is audio. Everybody else hears me, right? Give me a Roger on audio. If you don't hear me on audio, that means you got to log in, log back out, right? Give me a Roger on audio, video. I see myself well. Everybody's flowing into the room. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna take this. You see this gold trade over here? This thing stays white on the close. I'm gonna take it, and then I'll explain why. But if this is, we're gonna focus on this right now, because this is one of those things that I talked about in coaching yesterday with the new version of the indicator that really creates some absolutely interesting and fascinating multiple, not like once every hour, but once every 5-10 minute opportunities for us to try and capitalize on moves. So watching this carefully, $1.02 on the clock. If this thing stays white, it's got to stay white. If it loses the white, then it's not a trade. Oh, good now. All right. All right. All right. All right. I don't know what you mean, Cuscus. I'm not doing any customer support, as I said. We're going to talk trading today. Whatever issues you guys have, email me, okay? Because it's very, very annoying to everybody else who really wants to trade. Okay, 25 seconds left. 21 seconds left. Let's see if this thing stays white. This is a pull away candle. Market is short-term positive trend, pulling away from the 8-period SMA trend. It's got to stay white. Nope. And oh well, you know what? Buy. Okay, sorry. You know, it fakes me out in the very last second. All right, so let's be clean on this. This closed at 7. So we got to be at 8. We got to be at 8. Come to 8. Come on, come to 8. All right. Because we're only going to look for 1 point quick scalp on this if we can do it. Fuck me. Of course, gold doesn't cooperate. Okay. Maybe the first trade is not going to work out. But workout or not, this is the concept we're going to trade today, because you're going to see how well it's going to work everywhere else but in piece of shit gold, which has not been trading well to the upside at all. Ah, fuck. I hate this piece of shit. Look at this. First trade out of the box, and it's sliding back on me. Fortunately, I'm trading very, very small, so none of this is gonna. I'm gonna be able to make this back pretty soon. But what a piece of fucking shit this asset has been on the long side. Really, honestly, it's been very, very hard to trade gold to the long side over the last week and a half, and that is actually a super valuable signal. Every short trade in gold I made today was a winner. Every second long trade I made in gold today was a loser. There's a big lesson here. Gold is a massive sell because our scalp strategy is not working. It's the earliest warning signal that the asset is turning to shit, and it certainly is. So the orientation on gold now is to be a bear until every one of our shorts gets stuffed, because the longs are really, really, really difficult to make money on. There's zero fucking continuity right now in gold. It's really interesting. So, we're going to turn lemons into lemonade by walking away with that assumption. I was actually shorting all the whites, all the pull away whites in gold, with much greater success than I was going long on a momentum basis, because it's truly a piece of shit product to the long side right now. Okay, so that clipped me completely unnecessarily to the downside. We'll turn our attention to other things in a minute. But that sucked. I really wanted to do the first trade well, because I wanted to show you exactly what we're going to trade. So, okay. Good morning. All right, we start with a massive F-bomb because the first trade of the day doesn't work. Now we're just going to stay patient and just see what we can find on the charts. So here's what I wanted to tell you. Everything in BFF has been updated, and the strategy for hyper frequent, high probability scalping is the following, and it's a super interesting strategy because it's very, very easy to see on the charts. But there's this one little additional trick to it that really turns it into a winning strategy. So first of all, let's define what BFF is. It's a trend following strategy that uses 200 period SMA as the long-term moving average and the 8 period SMA as the short-term moving average. The 8 period SMA also additionally has a change of slope built into it. So when it turns negative, it turns red. So you could literally have positive counter trend moves as well as negative confirmation trend moves within the bigger trend, as you can see over here, right? But where the action really lies is on these candles. And the candles that we're specifically interested in with the new version is what we call the pull-away candle. The pull-away candle is a candle like this. To the downside, it's purple. To the upside, it's white. On wealth charts, to the upside, it's gray. To the downside, it's purple, right? And what makes these pull-away candles so interesting is that they are the ultimate arbiter of momentum. Because when it appears on the charts, the probability of further downside or further upside momentum is pretty strong. But there's this one interesting caveat that I didn't get a chance to really explore yesterday in coaching that I want to explain to you very, very carefully. To have strong conviction that a trend is about to be put in place, you need not one, but two pull-away candles together against a rising trend or a falling trend before you could begin to take a signal. So the way to think about this is, which is really, really easy way to think about this, to trade a trend, you need a friend. if you sort of remember that, you'll never steer yourself wrong in trying to come into the highest probability structures around. Because once you have two of these things, that's an indication that selling is taking place or buying pressure is taking place, right? Which is why it's so fucking annoying with gold, which is such a piece of shit product right now, that even when you have buying pressure, it has all the potential of, of a Nick Fuentes lip thick, of getting up. It just has zero continuation. So that's the frustrating part in gold to the upside. On the other hand, when you look gold to the downside, one purple, two purple. Let's say even you didn't count this as a purple. Let's say you counted this as a purple. Two friends make a trend. Boom, boom. You just keep hitting it, right? Now on this over here, we had finally like a burst in the 6 o'clock hour where it showed a modest upside move. You took this trade that worked, took this trade that worked, took this trade that worked. But that was it. That's literally been the only positive wave. The only thing I can say about gold is that it is finding support at the 4,000. And if we start building a secondary wave of white candles, like maybe this was the first wave that failed, we'll go back in. If I get 2 white candles, I'll go back in because I'm a glutton for punishment for this thing. But where this has been just money. I mean, money has been in NASDAQ all night long, all day long. Money. Two purples. This moves to the downside. Money. Now remember what I'm doing in terms of these continuation trades, and this is my own variant. You guys can trade much larger, wider stop positions with much larger targets if you want. But I'm literally clipping 5 points out of NASDAQ. So I'm looking for just a 5-point continuity move, 5-point continuity, 5-point continuity move, clipping as a scalper. And I'm perfectly happy doing that because I like to eat like a bird, and run the trade this way. But of course, you could say, oh, I got double purples over here. I'm going to use the swing high as my stop. That's like a maybe 20, 30 point stop, or I don't even know what that is. It's 154 to. No, it's about a 40-point stop. So maybe I trade this with a 20-40. First target 20, second target 40 move, and boom, boom, boom. You have a beautiful long positional move that you made yourself. Similarly, same thing over here. You have doubles over here. 115 is your entry. Your stop is underneath the swing, which is 85. It's a 35-point stop. So maybe you target 35 on the first, and then another 50 on the second. Boom, a secondary swing. It creates these enormously powerful signals for you to generate trades. On the other hand, this thing has, like I said, all the continuity of an 80-year-old man on Viagra. It just simply doesn't have any extension to the upside, but it does have extension to the downside, which is, to me, very much a sign that gold is just getting tired right now. Oh, Kathy is texting me. Okay, she wants me to talk about something, I bet. Let me see. What does Kay want? What does the boss want? Okay. Yes. Okay, I get it. All right. Okay. We'll do, Kay. We'll do. We have a lot to talk about, so I kind of wanted to just lay the foundation for the basic trade that I want to do. There's one other trade that I really like, by the way, which is setting up right now. I hate gold so much that I almost don't want to trade it, but it's a legit trade. This is the trade that does work really well. This is the secondary kind of a continuation trade, which is white dot, green candle over green, white over green, meaning this is the earliest turn to the upside in an uptrend, and the counter signal to that, or the opposite signal to that, is purple over red. Purple over red, red slope, red candle, the counter signal to the other way. Those two tend to have really, really good, clean probability extensions. So right now, we're looking at both NAS and gold in the early stages of this. Do I have a friend to make it a trend structure? We have the first candle. I want to see a second candle before I want to get involved with this trade, especially with gold, which already fucked me once. So we'll see if there's more continuity here to do, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you so much that crazy Crazy Wally says that he's tired of losing on gold. Nasdaq is a much better trade. It really is. But again, part of trading is to learn from what's not working. I mean, everything is feedback if you have the right attitude, right? So you say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Let me try to figure out what the fuck you're doing so I can defeat you instead of me. And I think that's the key thing, that basically with gold, if your orientation is to the short side, you're almost always on the right side of the move. If it's to the long side, you need to know that that's not going to work a lot of times. Question about membership. Am I active during Asian UK's market or only trade? So great question, because this is a perfect setup to talk a little bit about our new sponsor, because that's what's going to drive me into. Let me show you what we got. So we have a new sponsor who I absolutely love, Think Capital Markets. By the way, let me just sort of correct you over here. Code for Think. Let me just make sure that I get this. The code should be spooky. It's not BK Save, it's spooky. Please use it, just this once. Usually the code is BK Save, but if you want the full 30%, use the word spooky, okay? Because they're using a Halloween discount. So the reason I bring up Think Capital is because it's the first big CFD prop firm that we're partnering with, and they are open to Americans, which is great. They allow you to obviously trade Forex, and they allow you to trade CFDs. And the cool thing about trading CFDs from a million different things is that you can trade literally tiny. You could trade 1/1000th of 1%. I mean, in futures, we're only limited to the micro size. But in CFDs, you can do two half micros or a fifth of a micro or whatever. And that really creates so much creativity and flexibility in how we trade. So next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, Asia session, 7:45, I will be trading Think Capital stuff, Think Capital accounts, and that's going to be on the same indicators. The thing is that Think Capital has both MT5 and TradingView, and I'll be able to show you. Let me show you. I'm posting all of this so that, hopefully I can fit all of this. Let me see if this is going to work. No, it's Control Z. Too big a. Okay, Control A. Okay, let me do this in chunks. Okay. So they're having a very, very good offer. It's going to end tonight. I'm just going to put all of this in here. So yes. Oh no, man, Jesus. I can't post this into. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this just one line at a time. I can't do this. You guys will get the gist of it. Broker Powers allows TradingView, does MT5, all the cool things that are necessary to really, really trade well. So for those of you guys who want to have, wait, hold on a second. Sorry. For those of you guys that they want to try CFDs, if you're the cool thing is this allows Americans and everybody else around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be an emerging market nation. You can trade, and I think they have like a new account, which is really, really cheap. Let me see what Kay wrote me that yes. I think you can do something like $27 account, which is just ridiculously cheap. So be sure to kind of take a look at Think Capital as an idea, and more importantly, I'll be fully supporting trading on that account next week. So those of you guys who are interested to trade with me in Asia, the same principles, the same ideas. We're going to be using both TradingView and MT5. And I created, by the way, the other thing I forgot to tell you. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you. I created a whole new trading tool for MT5, one-click trader, that you can use on all these prop firm accounts. I'm actually going to test it myself today a little bit later, just to confirm, because it works really well, both MT4 and MT5s, to give you lightning fast execution with wraparound stops and targets, which you can then adjust dynamically in market, like fully adjustable in market with just a couple of keystrokes. So it's really, really cool. You can close all your positions instantly. You could move half to break even, all of that at a single click. So there'll be like a lot of really fun stuff. You could even, I even created, this is really cool for anybody who's trading prop on CFDs. In this particular tool set, you say stop trading if I lose $200, right? And the thing will literally stop working. Like all the buttons will say, you've been disabled for a day. It's like a perfect way to create discipline for yourself, because you won't be able to place any trades. It'll close out all your positions and just make you calm down, come back the next day so you don't blow out the account. It's like a CFD prop trader's dream to have all of this tool sets. And I created all this, and that's all going to be, if you guys get the Think accounts, that's going to be all yours. I'm happy to give them to you as part of your trading journey. So it should be really, really cool. Okay, where's my friend? I'm looking for my second purple friend. You see how the first friend failed a little bit, and this friend failed a little bit, so that's fine. So we're looking for a second friend here to see if we can get a trend, and then we'll see what we want to do with all of these moves. Gold really is just like, honestly, I almost don't even want to touch gold right now because it's such a shitty product to trade. And the problem is that I force myself to do trades because I want to show you setups. They suck. I get angry, and it basically takes you off kilter. Like a really good rule of thumb is, if the instrument you're trading sucks ass for the day, don't try to turn turd into filet mignon. Just leave it alone. Okay, here's my friend. Here's my little friend in NASDAQ. Now, remember yesterday I said we're going to test the 25,000. I was a day early. I thought we were going to test it yesterday, but I think it's coming, baby. I think it's coming. All right, let's get into NAS. Got to hold it. We got to see the purple. We got to see the purple in here. And by the way, what I really, really want to see is I want to see this weak ass purple that is all the way up the candle. I want the purple to the bottom of the candle. That's what I want. I really want a nice clean indication that the sellers are stomping the fuck out of the buyers. And they're not right now. The buyers are kind of like, trying to hold it back. 21 seconds. Let's see where this ends. I'm not committing until I see the final footprint. Because, it's fine. Maybe the buyers are going to try to prop it up, and we'll just wait for the next candle. Because remember, it's just two. It doesn't have to be two consecutive. It's just two candles in a row. Okay, I guess it's good enough. All right, we'll sell this. It's not that great. I mean, again, I'm forcing this trade, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see if this works. This is a very, very weak continuation. I need it. And I'm really, really getting hosed today. See, I'm telling. I didn't want to do the trade. I forced the trade again because it didn't close on the end. Second trade in a row that I'm fucking up. Okay, fine. We will recalibrate and find a better setup. That's why we do marathon trades, because you get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hopefully, we start bad and end well, which is always a better state. it's not even just pre-market chop. It's just like you could see that this was not a good trade. I said, this isn't a good trade. I want to see it on the close. It was like one of these little tiny ass, you know, teeny weeny moves that I didn't like. Okay, in the meantime, gold also testing the 4,000, purple on the way. If I get a second purple, I will go join gold to the downside. I will join gold to the downside. But let's see where we go. If this goes purple, I'll come back hard, because that will tell me that yes, that this was just a knee-jerk reaction of the buyers. But remember, there's a lot of round number support here. The sellers really got to just pound some heads to drive through these bids. There's a lot of people who've been waiting a long time to buy 25,000s. So it's not unusual to see all this jittery price action in front of it. That's why you're not seeing too much continuity on the dots. Why was that not a good setup? Because the close of the purple needs to be almost at the tip, right? You see how at the very end they bought the bottom, so it means there's not a lot of you want the sellers to completely dominate the buyers, and you want the candle to close on the bottom. That's what you'd like in a perfect world, right? Or at least 7/10 of the way. In such small candle like this basically ended up in the middle of the candle. It ended up a draw, and that wasn't a clean signal. All right, here we go on gold, $1.24. Are we developing a purple wave? I like it. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them the white waves and the purple waves. I like that. The purple candle waves, the purple people eaters. $1.08 on the clock. We broke the 4,000 on gold. Let's see if it holds underneath 4,000. We're going to take a gander that it's going to continue. 51 seconds left. If it starts to race back up like this, that's not a trade for us. See, they test the 4,000, bring it back up. That's fine. Sei gesund. Go in health. Be my guest. Not a trade. Not a trade. And even if this turns out purple, I don't like this candle because it's way in the upper end of the ranges, right? I wanted to close it underneath 4,000 in order for me to really feel conviction that they want to sell it. You see how you can use dots in combination with the price action to really begin to analyze the market well. That's good. Good job, Dustin. Good job. All right, we're watching pretty quiet stall here. What time is it? It's 8:34. It's kind of early. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? Say hello to me. Who's new in the room? All right, here's what I want to do. Since Wealth Charts is now back up and working, right? Let's do one thing. We're going to go to my friends at Apex. Oops, sorry, this one. I'm going to go to my friends at Apex here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to buy an account because they're offering a very steep discount right now at around 70. So with Think, you simply log in here, use the word spooky, and you get 30% discount. Their smallest accounts are as little as $27. So please go ahead, and I will have like a full dedicated Think Capital trading next week in Asia session. 7:45, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But for our purposes today, we're going to go to Apex. Let me get my authenticator. Uh, 992.704. We're going to buy some wealth charts. We'll buy like a 25,000. That's fine. I'm going to buy a small one. Use the code BKSAVE. Make sure you use the code BKSAVE, otherwise you don't get the discount. Click this. So double click here, hit the word BKSAVE. Hit here. I'm going to take this off screen so you guys don't see it. And I'm going to buy myself an account. Wait, what happened here? Oh, shit. Oh, no, I did get a discount. I was like, oh, man, I was freaked out. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So let me show you. So I was like, did I pay 167 for this? No, I wasn't like it. Yeah. So we bought the, the discount. It's only $50, which is really, really cheap. And now watch what's going to happen. It's going to take maybe a minute. It's going to actually, on wealth charts, create a new account for me. And we're going to trade that account. Like these are all the accounts are all funded here. This one is going to not have a PA on it. And we're going to trade that account. I'll trade that account with you on wealth charts once it pops up. So it's going to be really, really cool. Just flipping around between trades here. Nothing much, both what do you call it? Both instruments are very quiet right now. CAT employment came out, 66,000, estimated -5. Full-time lost 18.5, part-time gained 85. Black Mamba, the indicator on wealth charts is for coaching members only. If you want to join me for coaching, or if you're already a member of coaching, then you need to just email me your name and your email address. But if you guys want to join me for coaching, here's the link. And anybody who's on coaching gets the indicator. It's the only way to get it. Everybody who's also, by the way, like a BK member but is not on coaching, I make this offer every day. Upgrade, I'll refund you all your membership fee, and you'll be part of coaching, and you'll have the whole membership for 6 months. So absolutely do that. Where is this thing? Is this on? I guess not yet. Let me see. Did we sign this up? Okay, secondly processed. Okay. All right, we'll give it just a minute more. It usually takes us very, very fast, but sometimes it's this. Oh, there it is. Apex account added. You see that? That was really, really fast, actually. If you're not seeing the white candles on yours on wealth charts, go over here to parameters and select pull away trade. Make this blue, okay? And everything and all the candles will show up in its proper colors on BFF only. And if you still not doing it, refresh your browser and then do the same thing, okay? So that's how it's going to work. All right, we have a secondary sell here. Let's go. I want to go to, so we're going to use the new account, okay? Let me make sure I have the right settings here. 10:30. That's correct. I want to do a 10:30 strategy. I thought we had a purple candle. Okay, well, let's see. So remember I said friends make trends. Oh, that's even better. Friends make trends. That's even better because that's really, really short to remember. So again, we're trying to break that 4,000. I'm going to put myself, what's the account? It's my Apex. There it is, 172. Okay. So, and we'll trade that like at, I'll trade it at a 3 micro size. Yeah, not getting, they are really, you can literally see them just holding bid on that 4,000 and not letting the sellers push it below. So no trend, no friend, no trend, no trade. Okay. How do you join coaching, Trisha? I just put the link in here right now. Where did I put the link? Where the fuck is the link? Here's the link. It's in chat. Let me. You know what? I'm gonna pin that. Can I pin this? I think I can pin this, right? Pin. Okay, the link is pinned. I'm like always so bad with all this stuff. But now it's pinned. It's pinned up there in the thing. Can you pin more than one thing? Do you guys know if you could pin more than one thing in messages? Oh, that's cute. Let's try this. I wonder if I could do this. Let me just try it. Can we pin Apex? Let's see if we can do that too. Because then it'll be so easy. Because then if I could just pin the messages, I never have to retweet them. Let's see if I can do this. No. Oh, no, you can only replace it. Ah, God, I hate you. Why can't you pin multiple messages? Okay, so I'll just pin the pin the coaching for now, and then in the next hour I'll pin Apex. The next hour I'll pin Think. All right, nothing going on here on gold and MNQ. Also not doing anything. So we're just twiddling our thumbs right now, which is okay. Yellow triangles are just it's like it's a conversation for coaching, but yellow triangle, we went through this a long time. Yellow triangles just telling you volatility breakouts. They're not that important for now. On gold, I'm trading 1030s right now, meaning 10 ticks target, 30 tick stop for the scalps. But as I said, if you're trading much longer positional stuff, you can trade very different inverted stops and targets. It's really very much up to you. All right, do we have? Okay, so another thing that I really love to trade, I just didn't have a chance to do this because we were all talking. Can I move this up? No, I think I can. I wonder if I could move this up. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I don't think we need the broker portfolio. Maybe I can just, if I kill this, I can't minimize this. So let me kill it. Okay, I think this is easier. We're just going to go pure charts. This is what I want. You guys can look at this nice clean charts. We will stay in the 72 account today on wealth charts. So what I wanted to show you was, you see how you have this purple dot over here? As I said, a purple dot over red slope on a red candle, really good secondary entry candle. In other words, that if I went short here for a 5, this was the close here was 77 and the low here was 67. I had easy opportunity to make 5, right? Conversely, white dot on a green over green. Again, we're obviously in very, very choppy territory. So it's trying to, it's giving you turns on the red, turns on the green. 45 seconds, but still really, really worth a shot for us to do the trade here. Buy. Okay, so and boom, boom, boom. You see how fast that was? That was a 5-point ultra fast click, and especially on wealth charts where the execution is super fast, that was a very, very fast execution. So just a first example of what I want to, what I really like as a setup. Now we have the turn back up and possibly first white, maybe a second white. Remember, friend makes trend. We get two whites together. We're going to go on that second white candle because, again, the market looks like it's carved out a double bottom on 25. And here you can trade it on a much longer basis. Like if you're a believer that this is a bottom, the dots are showing you, hey, this is an early turn entry. Go for it, my friend. Get long here, put a stop underneath the lows and see if it works as a swing trade. If that's your style. The dots really give you the full capability to do that all the time. All right, questions here, questions. Nah, I can't show it right now. I'm not doing any settings, guys. We're gonna trade today. Just no more fucking around with settings and everything else. Watch the video again. Do that because every time you guys ask me anything that has to do customer support, I fuck up the trades, and live is all about showing you how to do the trades. So we're gonna make a new rule. Don't ask me any shit that's not trading related. Either email it to me, or that's what coaching is for. I spent an hour and a half being really, really patient with everybody. It's on video. Fucking go watch it. I really want to trade. Okay, white candle. Remember, BFF stands for be fucking focused. So don't take me off focus. Second candle. The friend is in play. $1.30 on the trade. Sorry, Dr. D. I didn't mean to rip your head off. It's just been like, I spent the whole day coaching yesterday, and the last thing I want to do is go repeat settings. They don't really matter anyways. Focus on this. Friend, trend, that's all you really need. Nothing else matters. I'm trading micros, but about 3 micros. I'm trading small because I want to show you, I want to be in the mindset of I'm trading a real account, not an eval account. So to kind of show you risk control and everything else. Remember, if you're trading large, you're not in charge, right? So I want everybody to kind of get good behavioral habits. And especially with this thing, this is a high frequency idea. So the more trades you make, the smaller they have to be. Otherwise, because the more trades you make, the more mistakes you're going to make. The more mistakes you're going to make, the bigger the trades. The larger the possibility of death. Okay, double whites. Buy. Okay, let's see if this will extend. Let's see if I can get my friend to come up. I'm going to expand this a little bit so you guys can actually see this. Maybe not. Let's see if I can just pull up a little bit. Come on, pull. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, there it is. It got done anyways. Okay, so that all got done. Guys, I'm not marking the charts. I can happily mark the charts, but I think it just creates because we do so many trades. Let me show you. Like that just really creates a lot of noise, right? Give me yay or nay. Do you want me to mark the charts, or I can just mark them afterwards so you can see the sequence, right? Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Those were the sequences that we took. And then I'll just take them off. Because it's just too, it gets really, really in the way of you watching it, right? Everybody got that? Yeah, yeah. It's just much easier. It's like that's exactly it. All right. So finally, because Nasdaq is an actual instrument, unlike the piece of shit that gold is. You see, the combination structure really, really working. Now, here when you get to the third one, it really becomes this really becomes an art. You kind of have to figure out, do I want to keep pumping it as long as I have the one behind it, or do I, do I want to wait? We're going to try to press this. We're going to just try to press this, just to show you that a lot of times we do get the power of momentum coming in, but fully. What am I doing? By the way, where am I on? Am I on the right? Oh, I'm on the wrong strategy. Oh, fuck. Okay. Huh. Sorry, guys. Let me flatten out. I was like, sorry. I had the gold setting. I'm like, what is this? Has to be wrong strategy. I'm sorry. Let me do this the correct strategy. The strategy is a 20/80 strategy on this. That's why it was really good. So it's fine. I'm actually glad I got out of this one. No trade on this one. It didn't have continuity. In my prior trade, it was a 5-point target. I actually took a smaller target because I had the gold settings on here. The only problem with ball charts is I only have one set of charts here because I could have a gold and Nasdaq side by side, but I think it just takes away from the real estate. So we'll just keep switching around. We'll see what gold has. Okay, so gold maybe has, maybe we're going to go back to gold being white. So by the way, let me just change we're going to trade gold. We're going to change the 10/30 strategy. What's my 10/30 strategy? Okay. Close. And see if we get a second white. Remember, it's not a trade unless we have a white candle. Now, as I said, it does not have to be consecutive. What if this is like a little bit of a green candle? The next candle after that is white. That's fine. What that's showing you is sustained buying power within the micro trend, right? As long as we have sustained buying power within the micro trend, we can make the bet that there is continuity in the trade. Yeah, I have a wide monitor, but like the problem is when I'm broadcasting a wide monitor, everybody doesn't like it. So, so I'm just going to stay on one. It's fine. It's actually better because when I have side by side, you get distracted from one instrument to the next. You should really be trading one instrument at a time. So we'll turn our attention to gold right now. See if there's an opportunity in gold. If there's if there's a trend opportunity in gold, great. If there isn't, we'll move on back to Nasdaq. You got a minute 27, so we can switch around. Now, here's the thing. If Nasdaq shows up white again, absolutely I'd go more because now we have a pause and a continuation. So we already have, more than two. We have 3 friends in here for a trend. So if there's more continuity, just like over here, you see just more continuity, we definitely want to do this. So what we're looking for is just these bursts, these 1 hour bursts, half-hour bursts of continuity, and you could just pop, make very, very clean money out of them. Okay, here we go. 45 seconds on gold. The second friend. We held the 4,000. Now I'm going to try to make the run towards the 410s. 37 seconds on the clock. I am at the 410, the 1030 bracket, which is where I want to be. And we're going to be on the buy side. 22 seconds, 19 seconds. This has got to hold. If it retreats in like a turtle, like right this, and it's a fake out, and we don't trade it. See, they sold the gold because they can't keep the gold up. And again, and I don't love this trade. If it ends up here, it's not a great trade. I want it to be at the top. I want it to be like 90% of the high of the candle. So the gold just turned itself back again. Really, you know, a lot of two-way price action here. Let's see what NASDAQ wants to do. NASDAQ also kind of losing steam here. That little particular slice hasn't had much movement. So we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens next. 8:56, 15 minutes from sort of moratorium before we stop trading. But the NAS trade, you know, was a good, first good clean trade that we had as we started, which is great. All ASDAQ and Apex promos include the one-day pass. Yes. Our promo is the same thing as Apex promo. There's no exceptions. The only thing is you get the biggest discount. That's all you do. You know, we don't have any unique carve outs. So yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. More people crawling into the room. We are gearing up for the US Open. I am teaching everybody how to trade trend with a friend, meaning that we always look for 2 consecutive breakout candles to make to give ourselves the scalp trades that we want. We actually hit those trades over here. I'll show you. I wonder if, God, I wish there was like a one button way. So we took this trade, we took this trade over here, and then I made a mistake and got out very quickly on the third trade. But that's basically where we stand right now. And now we're starting to turn to the downside again. So we are bouncing 150 to 250, this little zone here, to see who's going to have control and start to break things down. Good morning, Albert. Yes, Joy, that's their motto. Risk our money, which is pretty much it. You don't have to risk your own money trading it. Let's look at trading view. Anything on here? Just, you know, same idea, but just looking around here. See how gold just, you know, no friend, no trend, right? We stayed away from this. This has been the best single discovery I made in terms of that keeping me from stupid trades, is not try to chase the single lonely white candles. Anybody remember this? Let's see how old people are. Anybody remember Bridget Fonda? Henry Fonda's granddaughter. She starred in this movie in the 90s called Single White Female. Just made me think of this because I said single white candle. All right, this is really cruel. This is really, really cruel. But we got nothing else to do, so I might as well amuse ourselves. All right, let me Google. Look at this. I just want to, because this was, okay, so this is Bridget Fonda, right? This is her in her prime, and this is her right now. You see this? I didn't want to play it, but that is just shocking. Man, this is her. This is her right now. That's just freaking her right now, and this is her in her prime. That was just shocking when I saw it. Shocking. Yep. Well, you know, everybody lives their life. All right, gold really trying to see if it can pull away from this 405 zone. Let's go back to wealth charts, see where we stand on everything. We all get fat and old. That's right, baby. But you know, some take much better care of themselves than others. I'm trying to think of like there's um, some people that have just aged unbelievably well. Who's a celebrity that's aged really really well? You know who's like ridiculously um, just good looking for his age, because I think he's maybe a year younger than me, is Brad Pitt. I mean, he is just in ridiculous shape. Yeah, Hugh Jackman too. Yeah, Marky Mark, Sly Stallone. Tom Cruise is just not a human being, so we can't really use him as a thing. Rob Lowe, true, Rob Lowe. But Rob Lowe is just Rob Lowe actually looks his own age. He doesn't look like a teenager anymore. Wow. So George Clooney is starting to look old, guys. Take a look at George Clooney. Liam Neeson, awesome. I actually really like, like who's he? Pam, what's her name? Oh my God. Um, they're going out. I just think that's the cutest romance in the world. Jennifer Aniston has had quite a bit of plastic surgery. I'm talking about people who like age well and know themselves. Pam Anderson, right? Pam Anderson, she looks great, and I love their little romance. They're very very cute together. Cruz is just not normal. I don't know what fucking human growth hormone that guy takes, but uh, he really does not age. Yeah, they're really are cute. All right, first purple in NAS 9:02 o'clock, so we got time. Scientology. Well, yeah, but then how come he looks so good and Travolta looks like a fat slob without any hair, right? If Scientology was the answer, how come Cruz looks good and Travolta looks like crap? Clearly, correlation is not causation there. So this is like the first purple, at which point I really, if it ends purple and it looks weak, I don't care because it's just a probative sell. But actually, not even. See, again, they just hold you. I mean, honestly, what the narrative is telling you on the charts here is that we're at range. We're really contained in this 150-50 range. The bears really want to break the 25,000, and that's going to be the interesting. I think the interesting story in the first hour of the market. Can we break those levels? And then we'll see what happens after that. But if we can, we hopefully get some tradable opportunities. Let me see what gold is doing. Gold is just dicking around. So for those people that really want to know, these triangles are telling you that gold is dying on the vine. These are volatility triangles telling you volatility is really contracting very, very badly. Because the more they pop up, that means in order for them to pop up means that you need just very, very low volatility to trigger this. The more they bunch up together, it means that volatility is like this. You just like this. This is what put myself to the camera. The Christmas tree candles are there. It's just that trading. I wanted to trade this for a while with you guys because it's just so many more signals, and it's also I think a lot easier for people to kind of get their shape around. I mean, the dots indicator has lots and lots of stuff. It even has the pause candles, which are really interesting to trade as well. But they're all really kind of derivative flavors of the same thing. So just removing everything off the charts and just looking at the dots, I think gives us. I was talking to somebody yesterday, Chris Guzman, actually. I was interviewing him for the trading battle, and he said something really intelligent. It's a good trader. He said that the key to trading is not the tool. He said the tool is obviously very important. He said the key to trading is not the tool, but it's the analysis. If you understand, just like we understand that gold is just garbage, to the long side today. But if you understand now, so we got to go to NASDAQ. We got NASDAQ. So, all right, we short NASDAQ on this double purple. Can I move this up? Here we go. Let's see if this is going to give me what I need. Big drop. Let's see if I can hit this position. I'm in at 84. Okay, let me make sure that I have this. Oh, again, I'm on the wrong thing. God, why am I on the wrong thing? Oh, because I was in gold. This is the only problem with This is the only problem with doing it this way. Shit. Sorry guys, I'm on the wrong thing. So this is obviously, this should be, sorry. This should be moved over here. This should be moved over here. 84 to 79. And it should be it's gonna take me out from much. Let me see if I can move this over here. No, it took me out already. Sorry. All right, never mind. I'm sorry. I had the wrong structure. It didn't matter because I don't think this trade would have worked anyways. But because we just didn't have the continuity on the move, just very, very choppy. Did not have the continuity. But it was a legit trade. The reason I got screwed up was because I had the gold settings on here. It should have been 520. So the trade would have been 84 to 04, right? Would I have survived the 04? I don't know. Probably. It doesn't matter because it looks like it went so far against me that that the trade wasn't good. The whole idea is these trades should have quick continuity to the downside. But maybe I would have survived this trade if I had the right settings. I just forgot that I have I had the wrong settings on here as I was trading it. That's a bummer. So if this was, I was in at 84, stop would have been 104 over here. Target would have been 79. Let's see if this would have come down again. Let me see if I can do a secondary chart. We'll just, stick side by side, and then maybe set up the settings. The problem is that I hate having all of this real estate summed up. Doesn't look like this trade would have worked anyways. So, no harm, no foul on this. We're just not having a lot of continuity. We're in a really tight range, regardless whether we're trading gold or NASDAQ. We are really, really contained. And what's the anathema to us is tight range, right? Tight range is like the worst thing for us because it creates zero extension opportunities, which is what we need. We need extension opportunities to really make our thing work. So right now, we just grin and bear it. Markets are obviously chopping 8 to 9, trying to figure out where they want to go. Market is going to open up in 909. We'll see how it trades, and we'll go from there. All right, maybe we get an extension here on, gold to the white side. Now, this is a really interesting, cheat. Do I cheat on this or not? So remember I said that you need to have two, doesn't have to be continuous, but contemporaneous, whites together, right? In the same trend. If you look at this super, super carefully, there's like a little bit of a red dot here. So you could say this is not the same micro trend, but it really is the same micro trend. So I'm going to assume that this is, okay, I'm on the gold setting here. So it's fine. I'm going to assume that that this gold is legit, and in other words, this white candle is part of this friend group. Oh, look at this pop! Look at this pop! We're really breaking out. God, it really sucks when you really like the trade, but it just moves so much. Is there news? Is there something on the news? Wow, this really lifted hard. Holy cow! Damn. All right. Well, we wait. We have to wait. We have to wait on the close. Wow, it was a 6 to 9, 6 to 10, $4 move. Really broke out this range. All right, let's give it. All right, I'm long this thing. Let's see if it extends out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And we're done. Good. So I know this wasn't a white candle, but it was like, it started out as a white candle. The moving average just got set. Sometimes you have to improvise a little bit. You're trading a certain thought. Sometimes the thought is perfectly expressed on the charts. Sometimes you have to interpret the charts. So I kind of interpreted this idea as like, okay, this is a secondary white breakout. Bottom line is, you saw this was a range breakout. We knew there was a reasonable chance to take the scalp continuity. You had to be very quick because I knew this thing was going to just go back and forth on a very hoppy, choppy move. But at least that got done. At least finally we get a little bit of revenge on gold, and it works for us. Now, in the meantime, NASDAQ had another trade that I really like. This is the white dot over green, but it's already gone. And this is the thing. Once it's gone, once you're seeing, here's the rule. If the candle is already started and you haven't made the trade, doesn't matter where you're at, don't trade it. I make this rule. I make this mistake all the time. I'm like, oh, I see the trade. I'm going to jump into it on the second already as the candle has started. If you were like, after the 2 minute, if you're starting to play after the clock has started running, you shouldn't be playing. It's always a bad idea. So no trade on this, but this would have been an easy clean buy on NASDAQ. Now what I need to do is actually change my strategy to a 2040, 2080 strategy. Oh, maybe you know what I'm doing? What am I doing? Maybe, no, that's correct. I'm a 2080. Okay. Yes, you can do one big shot. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It's just selling and buying. There's we're range bound. I mean, we all, you can literally see on the charts here, and we're just trying to scalp our way for whatever pittance of a move we can see on the charts. But that worked, right? If you look at NASDAQ, if you look at gold, I mean, the gold worked, right? That gold move worked. I could have taken this one more, but we already made the money on this one, so that's fine. We'll just leave it be. I wonder if this extended. It probably didn't even extend. What's the close on this? 11.1, and what's the high here? 11.5. No, it didn't even extend. So that's the story with gold. Very herky jerky and not a lot of extensions on these moves. But remember, I told you, if you were swing trading and you saw this bottom and you saw this first white candle here, that would have been your trigger. That now you're like holding this very nice long clean position. So ironically enough, even though this is a very choppy trade for scalpers, for swing traders, this has been a pretty smooth ride. You really haven't had much to do. Oh, good job, Gloria. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you early. Very nice. Good job, Gloria. Are you? What do you? How are you trading, Gloria? Are you just buying the whites? I mean, what you know? Are you buying the pullaways the way I am, or are you doing something different? Let us know. Let us know. What's a backup trade? What did I say about the backup trade? You mean what I was trading yesterday, where it's going to be a secondary entry? With this particular situation, I don't trade secondary entry because this is very, very binary. You either get forward movement or you get a pretty violent reversal. So it's not like it's not like you want to be repairing something that's not working. That's a very, very bad idea to do that. All right, turning back down. Are we going to break the 25,000? What time is it? 9:17. I hate doing anything before the market open because it's going to get crazy. Nice job. Plus 500 and Q. Nice to see it. Oh, trading that trend after chop. Nice. Just to double breakouts, right? Like I said, in this particular strategy, we don't use a martingale. We don't use at the position because this is very binary. It either works or it doesn't. Because these are all effectively breakout strategies. That's why if you need a friend to have a trend, and that means you want to have two of these consecutive candles to go. Although even here, like you see how hard it was. That was true here, true here, true here, true here. We get to this 25,000, right? Even that just runs into a brick wall, right? This one we made money because it was very just extended just a little bit, but this one just died on the vine because this is the brick wall that we're all trading against. This 25,050. And that's the thing, every strategy is going to run against the price line. I think that's the other important point is to understand that strategies are not independent of support and resistance. They're always going to be vulnerable to greater, bigger forces. Nobody cares about continuity when you're hitting into big support or resistance. So you need to be mindful that even the best strategy is going to run into a massive problem if it's just chopping or if it's hitting on some kind of big support that it just can't bank through on its momentum basis. It's just a difference in entry. The same idea. We're still trading momentum, RS. Just a difference in entry. Gold breaking uptrend. Okay, let's look at gold. Yeah, gold's got a. Sorry guys, I missed that. I missed that move. All right, let's. Never mind. Sorry, this was the trade right here. I missed the gold trade here. No point in trading it right now. I think I don't have a choice. If I'm trading wealth charts, like if you're trading on TradingView, you can see both of these at once. I think I'm gonna have to go to a double, even though it's going to be a very tight parameter. I wonder if I'm gonna add. What is this? Add new chart. Maybe we do it this way. Maybe we can do it this way. Then we can watch up and down. That could work. MNQ. Let me modify this. There's a sell here in NASDAQ that comes up that I really should take. I'm going to try and take this. Let's see if I could take this on this chart. I guess I can go big and small like this, right? Oh, and that got done. You see how fast that got done? That was a nice big this. No news. Yeah. So I think this is the way to do it. Is we just go. When we have the trade, when we have a signal, we just go big trade on the thing, and then we're good to go. Wait, where's my, here's trading panel. Okay. So this one, and I want to get rid of, honestly, I think I want to get rid of table here, because now I have to, we're going to have to just modify it this way to do this. Okay, so parameters. Let's get rid of the table. Okay. I'll do the same thing here. Okay. All right, now I want to, all right, we'll just go this with MGC. Or does this change both? No, this changes gold. Okay, cool. All right, so this shows gold. So now we can watch both and then decide what we want to do on each one of these things once we have it. So actually, here's what I'm going to do. That makes it so easy. Now we can create, I don't even need to do this. I can just go simple bracket. So this always gets preset to 20. This is the way for us to do this in wealth charts. This gets preset to 2080, so I don't even have to worry about it. I have to select anything because this already has a preset structure. And then when we, this is the way for us to see all of these things. Perfect. And this one, we can just do simple bracket 10, 30, close. And then we just save everything. And then we can watch both charts. This is cool. I don't use trailing stops, no. Consumer sentiment coming out at 10 o'clock, yes. What time is it? 9:25, 5 to the open. Not a time I really want to trade, but you know, for shits and giggles right now, we certainly can. And let me just go to, I just want to go to my 172 account, make sure that I'm in the right account. So both of these are going to be in the 172 account. Perfect. And And this is the trade that I like to take. Obviously not before market open. If I have a white dot against green, green, this is a white dot, red, red. So not a trade for me. But let's see what happens. But yeah, we could have, with gold, we could have traded this one, which would have worked. I think it was 11 against 9, went higher. Could have traded this one, which would have worked, and this one would have been 13 against 11. That extended too. So yes, this now gives us a really good way of following both assets and then trading both of them properly. You want me to give it this layout? Okay, let me save this. Export layout, copy. All right, I'm putting it into chat right now. Okay, so I think this is good because we can still see both charts and not jump around. Very nice. Okay, 27 seconds to the open. Let's see what we can do here. Market's fading before the open. $9.28. NQ, it still looks to me like NQ is going to break 25,000, but we'll cross that road when we come to it. Gold, held 4,000 quite a lot, but then it just completely, look at this, gold totally double topped around the 415, right? I mean, if you're looking at the bigger chart patterns within the dot structure, you could totally see it. And you could actually use dots on classical technical analysis, right? I mean, this is just absolute classical technical analysis. This is the top, the secondary top. You have a purple. This is actually, this would have been a good sell. I'm just, busy setting up charts. As I said to you, the trade that I love after the pull away is purple on red, meaning red candle, red slope, right? This would have been a nice, clean, easy sell for us. And we could have done it with our eyes closed. Just as I like white on green. This is white on green. Green candle, green slope, boom, the other way around. So this is like a perfect double bottom. It's a perfect double top signal using dots. And that's what makes dots so cool, is that you can use them obviously organically, but then you can just simply retrofit them onto the classical technical analysis formation and create much bigger, longer trades, which is not what I trade just because of my personality, but many people in the room do, and they have a very, very good aptitude, much better aptitude in many ways. Okay, double purple in gold, which now opens us up to the possibility of a sell, if assuming this double purple stays, right? Assuming it stays in place. And what we don't want the purple to close up in the upper end of the candle, because that's really not a good sell signal. We still got a $1.28 on the clock, so it's lots and lots of time between here and there as to whether this is really a just a knee-jerk reaction, or we're going to just create a sustained move. We're going to try and bust that 4,000 again. $9.30 on the open. Market really probing that 25,000, right? Really, really to the downside. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Listen to the Russian, guys. He knows what he's talking about. Um, he's sitting in. Where are you in Vladivostok? Where are you, like all the way to the other end of the world? What time is it for you right now? Is it like totally late at night? Okay, 31 seconds in the market. I'm waiting patiently. It's a big ass drop. 21 seconds. Let's go to the big zone here so you guys can actually see this. 16 seconds. This is a really, really massive drop. Let's hope I sold, and boom, boom, boom. You see how fast that was? That was super fast. You got to just, jump on it. I just jumped on it. I jumped on it about 10 seconds before the close but if you jumped on it right now, you would have worked too. That's the whole point. Volatility and percent. Who hit that chart? Who hit that trade? Who hit that trade? I hope you guys hit that trade. Who amongst the degenerates traded that? Because that was the perfect scalp trade, right? Friend, trend, hit it, quit it, put it in the pocket and get it done. So that's it. It's like pickpocketing from the market, man. Scalping is pickpocketing from the market. Oh, baby. It's Friday. I am riffing. I'm a regular fucking Eminem today. I'm the Shakespeare of the markets. That's pretty good. You got to admit, that's a pretty good bullshit line. Scalping is like pickpocketing the market. Oh, I think you're right. There's another good song. Okay, I got to write this down. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to make that song. Scalping, pickpocketing market. You're right. You're right. I'm using a 2-minute time frame. Don one or Donnie. Is that a lady or a gentleman? Yes, they hit it hard. But I mean, you could see, like, you just see all of this stuff. And by the way, if you're like one of these size traders where you remember, like 90% of the time, market just kind of does nothing, but then you have like everything happens like in war in 5 seconds flat. You could have done large size. Like this is one of those large size trades that could just gives you a one funded account. It's not something to strive for, because I'm not going to trade this account to get it funded. I'm trading like kind of like to be real, because I want you guys to have the good habits to be able to trade it post funding. But you could have easily done this on just a market open big move. I mean, this literally would have funded in one. If you were 10, if you were 4, no, on 25,000, you have to be 4 large, and it moved 8. Wow, it moved $10. Yeah, that's more than enough, right? $10 is 4,000. You just needed 1,500. Oh my God, yeah. It's $5 a contract. You just needed 3 contracts at $5. This would have funded you in one trade. Wow. Okay, Donnie, you're a dude. Sorry. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Donnie. Sorry, I didn't mean to transgender you. It just just your handle was ambiguous. Yeah. So notice, by the way, so gold, they just blew through the 4,000, right? And now we see where now we see who dominates trade. But Nasdaq, okay, so Nas here, okay, this is interesting. Okay, again, interpretation. We're going to short this thing. Why am I going to short this? Because even though this is a tiny little slice, it's a continuity of the red slice. We're going to short this. If it stays, it's got to stay purple on the close. But I'm going to short this. With 5 seconds to go, I'm going to short this. 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8. 767. Okay, I'm short. Let's see if this is going to work for us. All right, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. You see that? Another pickpocket. I think that's actually like a great analogy. It totally visualized exactly what scalping is. So another pickpocket. And now gold. Now gold extending, right? Now our friend gold. Oh, shit. SX, my apologies. That's on me. Wait a minute. You know what? I got confused. Didn't you tell me yesterday that you had it, or was it you had it in TradingView but not on wealth charts? I'm sorry. I think that was the confusion, because I thought you had it both on wealth charts and wealth charts. I didn't add you in today. I already added everybody else, but I'll do you right now after the close, and they'll add you right away. Okay. You know what? Hang on. I'll do it right now. I got confused. Atif, man, okay, so hang on. Let me just do this right now. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, doing it right now. Oh, gold, sell. Did we sell it? I didn't sell it. All right, never mind. I mean, this was a good sell. I'm sorry, I took my eye off the ball here. And wow, holy shit! Look at this. Look how we broke the 2,500. Sell more. Just sell more. Just for shits and giggles, I'm selling this this Nasdaq on a continuity basis. I'm late on the entry, but I'm paying the price for being late. I'm sorry, guys. Like, listen, guys, I said this beginning of the day, and I'm going to really institute this policy. I want to trade. I don't give a shit what your problems are on the customer service side. That's what the email address is for. Fuck. I missed 2 big trades because I just got distracted by this. So please don't do this to me again. I literally don't give a shit about your customer service problems when I'm trading. Okay, I just took another. You see this? I took another sell over here. I'm going to take another sell. And I'm taking another sell. And I'm going to take another sell because I think it's going to continue more. And another sell. Okay. I want you to look at the techniques because that's a million times more important. I'm going to just institute this new policy. And if if people are going to ask me about problems on their things, I'm literally going to put you into penalty box because it really affects my focus on what I'm doing. Okay. So anyways, we got back all of this Nasdaq stuff. Okay, good job. I'm glad everybody is doing well. All right, so this is my new hard rule. New hard rule in trading. Don't ask me any customer support shit. Good job. Good job, Bob. Good job, Tony. Untouchables. Untouchable. I get a feeling you get really amused with all my rants. Wow. That's very, very commendable, actually. That is an incredible amount of discipline to be able to hold 10 break evens and not lose your mind. Good for you. But you know, guys, I mean, we saw this coming, right? Like I literally been talking about this the whole morning long. We're gonna break the 25,000. We're gonna break 25,000. When it came, it was like shooting, shooting fish in a barrel, right? We just hit him, right? Just totally hit all these trades in super easy fashion, right? There was just a lot to trade here. And you can see, you can just see the continuities just totally working. Double hits here, double hits here, at continuity hits here. The key thing is you really need to just focus on the job when it's in front of you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I've been talking. I mean, I'm literally on tape the whole morning long saying we're going to take out the 25,000. And that happens. That's just a big run. Now the big question is, okay, so we took out the 4,000, 25,000. Is this like, are the bears satiated? They're on the stops. We're going to try to come back and squeeze them back up to the upside. I don't think so, honestly. It feels to me like there's been just a massive sentiment shift in everything. I mean, the fact that we have a communist mayor in New York is really like the most ominous stock market sell sign there is. And it just feels like, the optimists are getting killed a little bit. So could we have a more significant sell-off? Yeah, I think so. Wow. Look at that. It's time for the realists. Well, I like being an optimist. Oh, wait, sorry, Tony, I didn't see your comment here. If scalping is pickpocketing the market, does that mean you stop the police officer at the corner ready to take it back, charge you a fine, and give you a criminal record? Well, I'm sure all the investors would give me a criminal record, because I'm doing something so sacrosanct, or so sacrilegious, right? I mean, we're not even like going for day trades. So yeah. Hey, Tony, it's a victimless crime, right? We're only stealing from the rich, and they can afford it. It's the new socialist nirvana, baby. Don't you know? All the Nepo babies think that money grows on trees, so why can't they have some? God, I hate young people. I despise young people. I don't give a shit if that makes me a cranky old man. I hate this whole fucking generation. They should have all been an abortion, in my opinion. God, I fucking despise them all. Not the good ones. The good ones, like that live down south, that work hard. I love all of them. I fucking hate young, liberal Gen Z pussies with every, strength of my body. Yeah, that's right. Money does grow on trees. It's made of paper. How does it feel with Mandami? I don't know. It feels like Osama bin Laden won. That's how it feels. We'll see. I'm dying to see what the cops in my neighborhood are going to be like. Because I know a few. It's going to be really interesting. Because you don't really understand who runs New York City. There's like 3 unions that run New York City: NYPD, Transit, actually sanitation is also part of it, but like they're always like the little guys on the side. It's NYPD, Transit, and FDNY. And let's say he does something really dickish. You have no idea how dickish an NYPD can become. Yeah, and FDNY commissioner, who, by the way, reigned over the best, like literally the lowest fire rate, or sort of like the safest fire rate, where they took out every fire with the minimum, like literally the guy was one of the greatest commissioners. We had a whole bunch of stupid ass commissioners. He was there for a year, really redid the department. I see the trucks coming out instant. Something is happening. They're so on the ball, and he resigned. Because he's Jewish. Obviously, he doesn't want to work for a fucking Islamofascist. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. So gold turning back up, guys. Do we get a double white? If we do, we're going to go long the other way. Let's take a look. Oh, really? So this is an interesting story. Tell us. NYPD caught you with weed. What did they let you? They just took a look at you and say, "Yeah, get the hell out of here." People always crack up, like they're always amazed. Oh, sorry, let's watch this. This is a good. I love this trade. Purple on red. Remember I said to you, purple on red. This stays red. We're going to go short this thing, because this is a good quality sell signal. This is like sort of the early turn into the sell. I'm so glad we did this double one on top of the other layout. It makes it so much easier to cash the trades. 44 seconds left. It's coming back up. I don't love this trade now because it's not ending up on the lows, but let's see how it trades. Cops in New York are like the cool. They could care less about any, like, people are always amazed how even the old ladies jaywalk in New York City. Like, people jaywalk right in front of a cop car, no problem. It's like the last thing they care about. Okay, I'm going to sell this. Let's see if this is going to work. So again, just zeroing in on this, boom, boom, boom. Another pickpocket, right? Another pickpocket. And very often that leads into a purple, which gives us a secondary trade. But this was a nice, clean, pickpocket on the move, right? Okay. So the thing about this is, especially in a high volatility market like this, where we have huge waves up, waves down, right? You snooze, you lose. These trades are very fast. That's why I only set a 5-point target on them, because they're always subject to like massive retrace risk, especially after a big move, especially because I meant to tell you, this is actually the second purple signal within this particular trend, right? The first one is always the strongest one, but this is like the secondary one, which is why, it was only good for just a little bit, and then it kind of retraced. But now the question is, does the wave turn? Are they going to did they hold? Basically, they ran it underneath 25. 2,500 now becomes kind of resistance. Are they going to flatten it out and try to run it towards the 25,000 as a bull level, and then try to break it back up and hold it? Or are we going to go further deep into the territory? My bet is we go deeper. We're going to go to 24.8. They're going to try to push it harder. I think there's more selling to be done. We can see the charts. The dots are all red on the screen, and if they start going purple, we know that there's more selling to be done, because it's going to start to pull away from the moving averages and create even more downside velocity. Gold also flashing like just for a second here, a second purple signal, but then it just kind of held back. So gold, on the other hand, really holding bid underneath this 3,900. There is clearly buyers here. See, this is like a second dot, but we'll leave that alone. We already made money on the first one, so we're fine on that. Watching a stock feels like, yeah, after trading stock index futures, of course, watching a stock is like, paint dry. This is so much more interesting, right? I mean, I forgot how many trades we already did. I think you can see. Let's see. I'm going to show you. Look at the history. Look at this. Right? Look how many trades I did. That's a lot of trades. So that's the beauty of, like, scalping it out. Let's see what's going on over here. Good morning, good evening, Friday, everybody. Who's coming to me from Asia, having starting their weekend already? Who's hanging around in Asia? Say hello to me. Who's new in the room? So I know that's common wisdom or common belief, but you got to understand that more than 50% of the people did not vote for this asshole, and the 50% of the people that actually work for a living did not vote for him. Or also, by the way, poor people did not vote for him also. This is the thing, that only Nepo babies, only people whose parents pay their rent voted for him out of, this is why I say I despise young people. I voted for him. So the real people in New York are going to make the city, I think, hang tight. And I think he's not going to be able to do dick all. Whatever bullshit programs he does, he's going to be sued out of court for doing them. So, and then maybe Trump will arrest him. I hope so. For lying on his immigration papers. So, we'll see. I don't think we're doomed quite yet. There's a lot of people in New York who are not going to let this guy run them a roughshod. I agree. I'm an immigrant. I agree with that 1,000%. I agree with that 1,000%. And I think 10 years. You don't get to vote here until you're naturalized for 10 years. Fuck you. Pay your dues. Pay your taxes. You're lucky to live in this country. Lick dirt. Fuck you. I totally agree with this. I am a naturalized citizen. I didn't vote for the first 10 years of my life. I mean, probably because I wasn't involved. But the point is, you shouldn't have the right. Absolutely. 62% of the people in the city who voted for him were foreign. No, fuck you. 100%. Not quite, my friend. More like four, probably. Well, in Brooklyn and Queens, 1 bedroom, 3. Okay, watching NAS. Are we turning back up? We're turning back up 25,000? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can get some pull away trades now. As we did recover, we hold the bottom, and everything's calming down at the 10 o'clock hour. I don't know. Are you entering trades with me? Because if you're entering trades, last few trades you entered with me, they were all green from the moment we started. Try to focus. Try to focus on the setups that I'm showing, and enter with me. I walk you right through it. I talk you right through it. Oh yeah, you could also. Oh, probably because you have a. Are you trading futures or are you trading CFDs? If you're trading CFDs, every trade you enter is going to be negative because of the spread. All right, Nasdaq recovering 2,500, 25,000. I mean, Let's see what it wants to do. We get one white, two whites. That's going to be a trend. We're going to take that because it goes all the way back up to the 25-1. So sort of a test on the bottom. The buyers came in, bought it. You know, for those of you guys who love fancy words like liquidity grab, which basically to old timers means, hey, they bought support, or they sold resistance. I don't know why people need to complicate things. Like liquidity grab, what the fuck does that mean? There's nobody grabbing shit here. There's just guys who are sitting on bid underneath these levels saying, I'm willing to buy underneath 25, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. And then when all the sellers are done, boom, they lift, you know, they lift the offers. That's just basically what's going on in the marketplace. Liquidity crap. I love that. Liquidity grab means liquidity crap. Oh, I love that. Just like ICT stands for I can't trade. My next video is going to be how like dots beat ICT any time of the day. How to basically, you know, they reinvented double bottoms and double tops with bullshit, you know, fair value gap and ICT and all the other bullshit, just by using classic, like I said, classical technical analysis and dots. You can achieve 10 times better results with far less confusion. I'm going to make that video next, I think. Yeah, it's ICT. I see tea, but I drink coffee. You see tea? Okay, white candle. Let's see if we get a second one. Let's see if we get a buddy. Now they took it above 25. Can they hold it? Because if they hold it, that means they're going to squeeze every person that's sold down now. They're going to force them to cover all the way to there, because everybody who sold it is probably holding stops above here. So now they're going to try and see if they can squeeze them up. So minute 33 on the clock. Let's see if they hold the whites. Gold is kind of painting the same story. They moved barely through the 4,000 now. This is the first of the moves. But let's see if this holds. Here we can go. Let's go big screen. Let's go to the big screen. Minute 4 on the clock. Did not hold. See, that's the value of having a friend. No friend, no trend. Okay, back to dual vision, and we just chill. You see, so you see how important it is to have a general idea of like why things should work and they shouldn't work, so that you're not. This is what I guess the whole idea of analyzing the market comes in. By analyzing the market, understanding that you need these couplets to really have high confidence in what, you know, in the price. The price action has to prove to you that the buyers are in control. You avoid a lot of unnecessarily bad trades, right? And now you're in a much better position to hopefully for the next trade that shows up. You know, a bad trade missed is like two good trades won. Oh, that's another good one. Jesus, I am literally, I am just the Shakespeare of the markets today. Bad trade missed is like two good trades won. Let's see where the sentiment was. It really, honestly, sentiment really doesn't matter because nobody believes it anymore. It down, you know, but expectations fell. Consumer expectations fell. But remember, guys, consumer expectations have just been down all the time, but spending has been up. Oh, look at this. Ooh, we have a purple. Go back. We have a sell on the market. Sell in NASDAQ on this big move. Let's see if it's going to work. And we're there. Boom. Another scalp. You guys saw that? Okay. So this was a little bit weird, honestly. Let me just look at this. Oh, no, it's the same thing. It was showing red. It just then turned green at the very last second. It's just a little bit clearer on TradingView. But you saw me just not hesitate a bit because a purple on a red, you know, we take our scalp and go with it. So that was nice. You know, we hit that nice and clean. And now we'll wait for the next thing to happen. Basically, a trade every 10 minutes is how we're doing it right now. That's right. We're gonna do a whole bunch of AI based hits. You know what's good today though? It's a lot of vol, right? I mean, you gotta love the vol. Like I posted that it was, you know, it was gonna be lots and lots of vol. No, it's not 5 ticks. 5 ticks would be insane, Claudio. It's 5. It's 20 ticks, 2080, 520. You probably could use less, but I'm just giving, because in this kind of volatility, I'm just trying to avoid unnecessary clips. But frankly, you know, when this thing moves, you see it just moves right away. The really good trades just pretty much just fly. And notice that if you were positionally trading, so let's say you said, oh, I'm going to trade this positionally. I'm going to come in here, 72, stop would be 49. So what is that? That is, oh shit, what would that be? That's 70 against, it's like an 80-point stop, right? And now it's an 80-point stop on this turn. And now you're just developing this with a plus 40 and then maybe another plus 40 as a conditional trade where you try to break the lows again, right? So you could do this a multitude of ways. The great thing is that the candle trigger is both a trigger for the ultra short-term trade and also the opening for the much longer-term trade. So if you are a person who likes to trade much more positionally, who will trade with a 100-point stop and a 100-point target kind of a guy, this is your entry. That's the beauty of it. I'm your entry. You know, I'm exiting when you're just basically even starting to consider the trade, which is fine, but I'm your entry. I'm your lollipop, as they say. Yes. So, Claudia, the reason why that is because, remember, understand what I'm doing. I'm doing a very, very targeted short-term high velocity trade, right? Which can only give me 5 points of high conviction movement, right? If you're doing anything less, if you're doing anything longer, then you need to think about it positionally. Like you got to be willing to do like an 80-point stop. You need to go not 80 ticks, but 80 points, which is like 320 ticks. because the volatility in the market is enormous right now, right? Really, really big. You're going to be subject to a lot of retrace risk. I'm trying to keep my retrace risk to a minimum by just having, speed velocity. But, understand where we're at in the instrument to be successful. As I said, you can use me as a signal, or you can just follow me as a trigger, and that really, really helps. So we're dropping fresh lows, 9. Maybe I was right. Maybe we're going to go to the. This was the limptic attempt at a rally that kind of died. My son calls me yesterday, just like furious because he's in some negotiation, and he literally called the guy a limp dick asshole. And I was like, no. We got to call him. So I actually got both of them on the phone, and I played referee and got both of them to calm down and actually iron out the deal. But I was like, you can't do that in business. But that was pretty funny. I had to actually almost laugh. The guy was kind of a limp dick asshole, but you can't call somebody that. But fortunately, I made peace and they organized themselves. So this is a massive, massive purple, right? I'm very tempted to want to go short on this thing, but we're going to try to stick to our rules that this is a new trend slice, and we really want a second confirm to really feel that this is going to be beginning of a new trend instead of just like sort of like the final selling climax, because we're still in that support area. We're still in that 24.9 support area, and if they start to bring it right back up, then that this the sellers may not have more. So we're going to just give it a little more, give ourselves the grace to see if they want to press it further, because if they want to press it further, they'll probably press it even further beyond that. And you see how it just sort of, this is why I wait for the second, because it's so tempting to want to be on this thing. And it may still be, you've got a $1.25, but it's, it's in a big, the other thing is it's naturally, the bigger the candle, the more likely the retrace. Is Santiago in the room, man? Santiago, are you in the room? A nice job, Clean Sabra. I'm glad. Did you get your indicator fixed? I hope everything is good. Because Santiago is Mr. Retrace here, but even he probably would be eating a lot of, because you see, as I said, this is the beauty of the analysis. Our rules help us analyze the price action, and this is clearly telling you this was a climax sell for the time being. And as long as it's a climax sell, we would have been on the wrong side of this thing if we started following it. Yes, your wealth charts is faster because obviously I'm on YouTube delay. I'm always on delay. Everybody who's watching me understands that everything I say happens 5 seconds ago. So that's why I narrate everything well ahead of time and say, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do this to prepare you, since I'm always talking in the future. It's kind of, I'm living in the past with you guys because of the broadcast regulations. Oh, good job. Everything is working. Okay, you see how that turned around, guys? And that was a very, very interesting lesson. Again, a bad trade avoided is worth like two good trades in a pocket. Gold developing a purple, but this is just the beginning purple, so it's not even a run. Wow, look at that secondary buy. Impressive secondary buy. Let's see if this holds. I still think it's going to unwind, but But it's really fun watching the battles, through the waves, because we can totally see what the price action is, where the price action is working, and using the dots really helps us to analyze the the action right away in real time. It doesn't make it difficult, Ken, if I'm talking. You gotta, you're not supposed to. You shouldn't be copying my trades. You should be understanding my trades. That's why I'm explaining them, and then you yourself will act in your own time. I'm explaining the exact same setup, what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it. If you're just copying me blindly, I always say that's the surest way to lose all the money in the world, because of the delay. You have a broadcast delay, and why would you want to copy me blindly? What's the point of that? You want to learn how to trade. You want to understand what I'm showing you. So please don't do that. I'm always telling you, if this happens, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this, and then you obviously can see on the chart what's happening. Well, charts have not gotten updated signals yet. That's not true. If you have the BFF dots, everybody's been updated. If you haven't gotten the new version, just refresh the indicator. Again, any customer support issues, just email me a note, okay? You haven't got the purple because you probably, again, missed my whole thing. You go into parameters, you say pull away trade. Make sure you click this. See, turn this on, and then you'll get the purples. First purple trade on gold, losing the 4,000. Let's see if we get a secondary follow-up on that, and that could be a trade. This is a really good layout, right? Up top, bottom, because you could totally see the price action on both things with us trading both of them. All right, let me for the last hour, again, let me bring in our friends from Think for everybody. They're just much more inclusive. Again, the code is spooky. Ooh, wow. That's what I'm here for, baby. Good job. Good job. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot of this. I'm taking a screenshot of this statement. Anybody else wants to give me a nice testimonial, I will make you famous. I'll put these screenshots up on our website. Oops, sorry. Cool, I love it. Thank you. I'm using SMAs. I'm not even using EMAs. I'm not even smart enough to use EMAs. Happy weekend, Angel. Goodbye. Everybody have a great time. Who's hanging with me from Asia? Come on, Asia. Shout out in the house. Tell me what's going on over there. Ooh, let's watch this, guys. Okay, so let's watch. We're going to zero in on gold because gold is coming into double purples. Double purples is a possibility for us, okay? Let's see if it wants to play. 41 seconds. Starting to come down. I'd love, if this stays like this, I love that trade. I love this setup, but it's got to stay here. If it comes back and, teases me. I don't want to tell you what I was going to call this thing. I I think I'm going to just be banned for being the most un-PC person in the world right now. But I'll behave myself. Okay, no trade, guys. All right, back down to watching the charts and looking for the setup. Oh, gold, nasty, breaking out. Okay, let's focus on NAS. So NAS held 25,000 again, making a secondary wave. Remember, the first wave failed, but now we're above here. And now if this thing closes to a double white, you got to love it to the long side. Hello from Pakistan. Oh my God, goodness, what time is it over there? Southeast Asia. Oh, wow. So people from Pakistan, people from Indonesia, most of the Asian territories where Apex is just not going to be able to take your accounts, think is your friend, especially with all those cheap what do you call them? Challenges. So I will be with you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. We'll trade gold. We'll trade NASDAQ on Think next week. So if you're watching me, please go ahead. Let me put the, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to put the Think link, the Think link. And the code, actually, the code should be spooky. This way will give you, I know it's really annoying that they have to change code. I wish we could keep the code, but I'm going to pin this up here. It's actually replace pin message. It's in the pin code. So for the rest of the hour, be sure to take care of it. So you were asking what EMA is. I'm using, it's 200 SMA, 8 SMA, right? Again, proving once again that the moving averages really don't matter. It's what matters is momentum, right? As long as we get momentum aligned on the thing against a reasonable metric, that's all we really want. Look how we died out. Double top it, baby. Look at that. Now, if you really wanted to be clever by a half, you could also fade these things. But that's really, it's a fun thing to do until it stops being fun. But it definitely is kind of a cool thing that you can actually fade the whites if you think that there's no continuity, right? The first, like in other words, after the first white, you're like, it's not going to extend, and boom. So taking the bet against the white, taking the bet against the pull away candle, a very, very interesting alternative idea, and also a very interesting alternative idea for like an alternative account, right? Where you're just this is a negative bias instrument. The last 3-4 days, Nasdaq's been doing nothing but selling, and you can use the whites against you, or for you against themselves. It's like the jiu-jitsu of trading. No, not jiu-jitsu. What's the one where you use your opponent's weight against him? What's the martial art? What the hell is the martial art where you are like the little guy can take down the big guy because he just uses all of his velocity and momentum against him? What is that called? Is it Aikido? Which one is that? Come on. All the MMA fans, tell me. Judo. Thank you, Ben. Ben is like the Encyclopedia Britannica of the room today. Judo. Thank you. So that's kind of like the judo strategy, where you sell on the open, and that's actually works really, really well if you want to be, a contrarian on one side of the market. Cliff Clavin. You are Cliff Clavin. Wow, that is a very obscure reference for like probably a lot of people here. That's very, very obscure. That is, you're old, baby. You're old. Oh, you know what I'd love to do, guys? Okay, you don't. This is obviously anonymous, but I'm really curious. I'm really curious about this room, okay? Because I always have this conversation with Kay. I'm pretty convinced. Cliff, okay, let's do this poll. Please do this poll with me. Just answer this question. I am younger than 45, older. I know the answer because I've been shitting on young people all day long, so nobody wants to sit here with me. But just answer this question. I'm just pleased as many people you answer this question today because I want to do a demo. Oh, hey, we're coming back. We're coming back. Remember I said double whites don't have to be continuous. They can be contemporaneous. What's the word? Whatever the word is. Concurrent. They can be contemporaneous. Whatever the fuck the right word is. I want to be long this thing. I want to be long. I want to be long here. If it stays white. Nope. Went away. Went away. Wow. 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 Look at the sellers just taking no shit, just driving this thing down. Wow. That was a stomp. Did you see that? The last 5 seconds, they just flushed it. Flushed it. No, guys, answer the poll. Answer the poll. Don't answer in your question. Consecutive, right? Consecutive versus contemporaneous. That's right. Yes. Answer the question in the polls. I'd love to know. All right, the buyers still holding the moving average. The slope is still green. They're still fuck you. You know, you can push me down, but I'm going to get up off the ground. That's what the buyers are saying. Let's see what happens next. Minute 3 seconds left. How old am I? All right, that's going to be the next question. You guys are going to have to guess how old I am. The person who wins, I don't know. I'll give you. I'll find a free account and I'll give you a free account. Wow, look at that. The sellers, boom, slapped again. Wrongly, but thank you for the compliment. Oh, look at you guys! Look at you guys! Oh, who's this? Who's the bastard? Who's the bastard? Where's the Piotr? Piotr, of course, the East European. Fuck you, Piotr. Piotr got it. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. Come back. Oh, Black, I'm not even talking to you. No. I think it's really I'm sort of between 62, 63. So Jim and Piotr were the first ones to get it. Email me, guys, and I'll try to find you like a free code for an Apex account. Okay, I'll give it to both of you guys since you were both like on either side of the equation. Whoever said 77? Tony, fuck you. Okay, I love you, Tony. Tony, of course, just trolling me forever. I'm a baby. Yeah. So this is an interesting trade. It's very tempting to would have done this, but I think it wasn't quite green. Like you see, it was a green slope. So that's why I didn't take this trade on the sun. It probably was good because it was a massive retrace on this thing too. If you shorted this, it was against, what was the low? 59 and went all the way up to, yeah, it was like a huge move. It was like a 30 point retrace. Now the question is, are we gonna get some purples and we can start selling momentum. Still, this is still like the Maginot line. This is the support line in the Dow. I mean, in Nasdaq for any further selling. Yeah. But that was really interesting how we went from buying to just smacked. Gold, on the other hand, actually holding bid better. First of all, higher low, and you know, trying to climb its way back up. Ironically enough, gold is holding a bit better. All right, let's see what Nasdaq wants to do next. This is an interesting candle because if this is a white dot, green candle, green slope, everything we want, we're going to go long this trade. Because this is sort of like the sellers throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the buyers. They smacked them down, but they got back up off the mat. We got a minute 26, and now they're going to run it. And and their whole job is to run it right through here to stuff it up everybody's butt on the stops, to take out every one of these stops here if they could. Ah, look at that. Man, the sellers are just relentless. Holy cow. All right, this is very interesting. So we're watching gold, watching Nasdaq. Let's see where things end up. But the setup is kind of right then and there. Guys, you know, I really like, what do you guys think about doing Marathon Fridays? It's a really chill day, right? I mean, today's price action is actually very, very good. But I think it's better to, I mean, you know, unless we do like obviously big event risk when we have CPI and stuff like that, which given the way we're going, we probably will never have again a government, we'll never have the US government again, the way we're going right now. But like generally, I think like Friday is a really good day to do marathon. Everybody's relaxed, got lots of setups. You know, we can just sort of chill out, trade. I really like this. I think that's the perfect time. Yeah. Hope we get CPI. Oh, Ben, you are so so naive. No, I honestly, guys, you know, one more week of this shit, and I'm not even going to go to Australia. I'm not even going to be able to go to Australia. They're going to close down every airport. I have like, you know, JFK, LAX, Brisbane transport. There's zero chance that's going to happen another week from now when everybody in TSA walks out. Like, this is just utter bullshit. Oh, really? Beginning says there's 2 big vol Fridays on average on a month. That's good to know. All right, no plays. Gold looks bitter than NAS, but everybody kind of slowed down a little bit into a stall. All right, let's see what the next half hour brings, because Europe's coming to a close, and then then we'll see how things go. Let me show you. What are we doing? I just want to see what we've done on the charts here. So a lot of trades, and then we haven't done a trade since like 10:02, right? Boom, 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 on here, and then we go to, well, no, actually, I'll go over here, and let's take a look on here. Gold, we haven't done a trade in a while. Just this one. That was it. That was a nice clean trade. We should have done this one. Why did I miss this trade? Oh, was this a? Why did I miss this trade on 9? That's interesting. Oh, I think I must have been distracted by something. Yeah, we should have been in this trade. I don't know why we didn't take this trade, but whatever. We had a lot of good opportunities here and good trades. Let me get rid of the. Good morning, newbies. We did a lot of trades this morning. Our Marathon Friday. I tried to show my pickpocket setup today, my super fast scalps, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed those. But as I said, those entries are the gateway to much bigger trades. I'm the gateway drug. I'm the marijuana to your full cocaine addiction. Um, hey, XLB, good to have you. You staying alive and staying safe? Wow, look at it. The vol just kind of died, right? We had all this price action, and now nobody's got anything to do. Lee's got a question. Okay. Question is, so when you get a purple for a sell, you sell to close the candle, or do you wait for a second candle? No. Lee, always remember, it's not a trend unless you have a friend, right? So in the first sequence, let's walk you through this. Let's walk you through this. This is the model. So, well, this thing is just okay. This is the first sequence, right? We go from green to red, right? In this case, this actually doesn't work. This one stuffs us out, which I think that was the case. We did get stuffed out, but it's a legitimate trade over here. You need 1, 2. You're always looking for a confirmation that there's actually a trend. So you would have shorted here, you got stuffed out, fine. Then the next trade, you're still in red, you would have shorted here, no problem. You don't need, now you don't, once you have the 2 established, you don't need to do any confirmation until you get a new, trend slice, right? Now here, I kind of cheated, but I had totally legitimate reasons to cheat, because this really isn't a new trend. There's a tiny little green interruption, but it's essentially the same red trend. So if you assume this is the same red trend, then every fresh purple is a sell once you've established a purple, because it means you've established a trend, and now fresh momentum burst, you're selling. Fresh momentum burst, you're selling. Boom, boom, boom. And actually, we sold this. It was just all, huge flop to the downside. On the other hand, we come back to the green side, and we have just one white gray candle. Do we do anything? No. We're looking for its buddy. If it's not if you don't have a friend, you don't have a trend. So now we don't do anything. There's no trade, right? Same thing. Do we have a trend? No. You don't have a buddy. Do we have a trade? No, we don't have a buddy. Now we might have a buddy. Like, speaking of which, here's NAS. We get a second purple. That's a buddy. Trend makes friend, or friend makes trend. But if it doesn't show up, then we don't have anything to do until and unless we get a second purple. So hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody? This gives, I think, a pretty good explanation of exactly what we're looking at, why we're looking at it, and what we want out of it. So minute 10, this is turning down. Now it becomes a legitimate trade for us. I got my pulse on the sell side. No, my pleasure, my pleasure. If you're asking, that means everybody else in the room is thinking the same thing. But again, don't press the trigger until you got a thing. And what I really want, the thing that I hate, is like a tiny little purple. I want the purple to be almost at the bottom, because otherwise it's not a legitimate momentum signal. It's like, I try to sell, I couldn't hold it up. I'm really not interested in in candles that require additional help. It's like right now, I'm not going to trade this. Even if this works, I'm not going to trade. I don't give a shit. It's a shitty setup, right? Because it's just an equal candle, right? I will trade it when there's a next purple. Or if this thing holds bottom and it reverses, all the better. All the better, because I had zero reason to be in this trade, right? No, SJ, those are just really, for you to calibrate how, what the range is, what the if you're sort of trying to figure out, the last 10 candle ranges is so many ticks. What should my stop be within that candle range? Those are not fixed values. Those are just suggestive values against the most recent background, right? So that's why they're just there for, quick analytical purposes. They're just, it's an analytical tool. It's not a strategy idea. And you see how that turned around, and you see why I didn't, there was no reason for me to get involved on the short side. You can literally see that when your thesis does not appear in the market, the opposite is very much likely true. Which, by the way, is another interesting thing. You're like, it ain't, I didn't get this signal. Maybe I'm going to do the opposite. It didn't turn purple. Maybe I'm going to go. I'm going to go long for a call. You can do that too. It's it's obviously not part of the repertoire, but it could be part of your repertoire. So, anyways, let's see if there's any in gold, because there's nothing in this. Well, gold actually had a signal when we were just watching NASDAQ. Like this would have been. This is a signal I love. This is what I said. The white on green would have been a good clean signal. It retraced a little bit against us, maybe a point or two, but it still ultimately gave us a trade. So yeah, we just didn't take it because we were focused on the other one. I wonder if I could do this. Global chart settings. I wonder if I want to turn all alerts off. Alerts. Oh, alerts are on. Okay, apply. Oh, you know what? No. Set as default. If I set this as default, set as default. Okay. I wonder if it's going to be on the same one here. Cool. That's really cool. See how easy wealth charts is? Oops, secondary thing, guys. Let's look. Remember, now we're starting to develop the sell. Okay. Now it's got to hold. Let's see if it holds. Into the big double bottom here. All right, so we're going to still take it. I mean, we know our risks, but it's a legitimate momentum move. "17 seconds. This is going to be interesting because this is either going to just stuff us or it's going to blow right through. Selling. I'm selling. Trying to widen this out for you guys so you guys can see it. So this is the double bottom test. You're playing with fire, and I told you I was going to play with fire. So it's just bounced off the double bottom. That was hard, hard thing to swallow because you knew it, and I knew it was going to be a dangerous thing. But I wanted to show you the setup, right? It's gonna come back again and break it down. I'm happy to come back and try it, and hit it again. But it held a double bottom. Like we knew that this was a dangerous trade. Let's see, and you know, we'll watch it again to see if there's any more movements. Oh yes, this was a great trade in gold. I just, you know, you can only do one trade at a time, so I missed this. But if you can really literally see how the, you know, the price action would just stopped you right there. I said it was either going to break like a thing, and it was probably, you know, it was you could say that was not a great idea because you were risking into the double bottom, which is fair enough. But if this thing turns purple now it creates a purple trade. You absolutely want to go short, because what it means is that yes, I'm going to break this bottom. So far, no. Yeah, this is kind of an easier Christmas tree. Like, sorry, guys, I'm not watching this right now. Let's see if this holds. Okay, sell market. A little bit early. I'm a little bit early. Come, baby, come. Boom, boom. And you see you see how that, first of all, I got everything back, but again, you can literally see everything I'm saying to you just happening in real time, right? In terms of, if this, then yes, you absolutely have the momentum on your side. Go kill it. Go kill it. Anybody take that second trade with me? Show of hands who took the second trade with me. Anybody? Let me know. Yeah, just like Cheryl, that was like boom, right? Ba-boom. Nice. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? Good for you. That really made a couple $100 on 2 trades. On you like the new Nasdaqs, right? I mean, you like the new wealth charts, right? Really cool. So now we, you know, now the rest of the day it's going to be interesting to see, because we're sort of like breaking into fresh lows. Now it's really going to be, are we going to run this really low, and then maybe let me bring this back. Wow, you can't see this. You know, I'm going to start drifting lower, and then eventually maybe around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there's probably going to be a buy-up wave. And that buy-up wave will first and foremost be visible by double white candles, right? If I'm correct about, you know, how the market generally trade. And only then can you sort of begin to, you know, to dip your toe on the reversal side if you want to. But right now, you know, we're pressing down. Somebody still says that they're still short Nasdaq. Good for you. You might get it down to, you know, 20. I think we might get it down to 28. You know, fresh lows, that kind of stuff. But anyways, I think, you know, we did a lot of good trades today. You know, here's everything on Nas. Those of you guys who've been with me since this morning, you can see it. Lots and lots of boom, 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 boom. Look at all these trades we did today. I can't even count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades. Who doesn't deliver the product? You can't say I don't feed you. I definitely feed you guys. You know, it's like you come to a Jew's house, you're never going to leave hungry. We never underfeed you. I gave you lots of trades. Okay, everybody had a good time today? Yes, everybody's, you know, leaves off the bed. I totally understand. This is still a trade. You could still short the shit out of this thing if this stays negative, because now we're breaking fresh lows, lots of momentum. You want to have a good time. Again, it's got to hold. If this thing comes back up, no, it's not a trade. But if if it stayed down here, it would have been a trade. Like kind of died out. Let me see, 12, 13 seconds. This is I don't love this trade anymore. I want it to be no. It's coming back. They bought it back up. If they held it on the lows and on the close, let me see. That's a little. Yeah, it's still a trade. Still, I would have still shorted this. I'm just watching it instead of narrating, but it's still a trade. As long as you're in the lower part of the bottom half of the candle, it's a good trade. You're ready to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm going to take a break. This was a long marathon session. We did a lot of trading. And I'll see everybody on Monday. Is there a way to move the chat to a different monitor? No. You mean like the little things that you see on my thing? No, there isn't. I don't know what you mean. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys all banked. Another good session. I really, come on, you gotta love the pull away candles. Once I sort of zoned you in, I knew, we had a rough. I told you I'd much rather have a hard opening and a smooth ending than a smooth opening and a hard ending, right? That didn't. That really did not come out well, but you know what I mean. Because as you are doing these over and over and over and over again, you begin to understand, oh yeah, that's the trick. That's the trick. That's the trick. That's the key to pickpocketing the market. So I hope you guys all really, really liked it. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody enjoy. I'll see everybody on Monday with Kay. She'll be doing her shtick. Don't forget, our friends at Think, go over there, take care of them. Go right now, because I think she said this is the last day to get the big 30% off. They're really, really cheap accounts. And next week, just load up on a few of them. Next week, I'll trade them with you on a CFD basis. And of course, all my friends at Apex, go out there and get a couple more of those. The account we started, we'll trade that next week too. We'll just run this account as much as we can. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see everybody next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.